Good day, ma'am. This is
Group
Group 5 presentation
position paper.
on death penalty in the Philippines.
Good day, ma'am. This is our background of death penalty in the Philippines. So, the death penalty is important, the relevant in the Philippines because it sparked debates about justice and crimes and human rights. So, arguing it is necessary to deter serious crimes like murder and drug and trafficking, while others believe in violence, human rights, and risks is executing innocent people. So it's a hot topic, especially with the government war of drugs and affects the country's legal system, public opinion, and international relation. The issue is still very much debated, and as the Philippines abolished the death penalty in 2006, but discussion is about reinstatement continue. Death penalty is still sanctioned execution and punishment for serious crimes like murder or drug trafficking. So, abolition, the formal ending of the death penalty, the Philippines abolished it is 2006. So, capital punishment, another term to the death penalty, used the describe execution for a major crimes.
I oppose the reinstatement of the death penalty in the Philippines, as it is a cruel and irreversible punishment that violates fundamental human rights and may not deter crime effectively. Here is a more detailed explanation of my position. Violation of human rights. The death penalty is a violation of the right to life, a fundamental human right recognized internationally. It is also a cruel and human punishment as it inflicts suffering and pain on the condemned person and their families, risk of irreversible mistakes. The justice system is not infallible, and there is always a risk executing an innocent person. Once a sentence is carried out, there is no possibility of revising the mistake, even if the person is later proven innocent. Lack of different effect. There is no exclusive evidence that the penalty deters crime more effectively than punishment. In fact, some studies suggest that states with penalty.
This is the body of position paper. Although in the Philippines was the first Asian country to abolish the death penalty under the 1987 Constitution. It was reimposed during the administration of the President Fidel Ramos to address the rising crime rate in 1993. Only abolished again in 2006 after the President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo signed a law reducing maximum punishment to life imprisonment. The country subsequently signed and ratified the second option protocol to the International Covenant on the Civil and Political Rights, aiming at the abolition of death penalty. The May 2006 election of President Rodrigo Duterte, who vowed to reintroduce the death penalty to combat drug trafficking in the Philippines and other crimes during his campaign, posed a new serious threat on the prosecution of human.
Good day, ma'am. This is the second main argument. The Philippines death penalty doesn't work to reduce crime in the Philippines. The death penalty is a contentious topic, although there are numerous reasons to support the reinstatement of the death penalty. there is evidence that it does not work to reduce crime. Number one, it does not reduce crime. A research by criminologist Dr. Marimon found that poverty reduction initiatives and better social services rather than the death sentence are what lower crime. Number two, errors. The death sentence has been used incorrectly in several cases, such as when the accused was not correctly identified or when there was insufficient evidence. Number three, unfair. According to Human Rights Watch, the death penalty sentence is just unjust, particularly for low-income dependents who cannot afford attorneys. Counter-argument. The death penalty serves as a deterrent to potential criminals. Its replacement will lead to decrease in crime rates. Ritual. While the idea of deterrence may seem logical, research has shown that the death penalty is not an effective deterrent to crime. In fact, studies found that states with the death penalty have higher murder rates than states without it. Additionally, the death penalty is often applied arbitrarily and disproportionately affects marginalized communities, which can lead to further mistrust and misillusionment with the criminal justice system. Another counterargument: the death penalty is necessary to provide justice and closure for victims' families. Ritual. While the desire for justice and closure is understandable, the death penalty is not only means of achieving this. In fact, many families have spoken out against the death penalty, citing the lengthy and painful appeals process, as well as the risk of executing an innocent person. Additionally, the death penalty can perpetuate a cycle of violence and trauma, rather than promoting healing and restoration. Conclusion. The death penalty is cruel and irreversible punishment that violates fundamental human rights, poses the wrongful convictions, and lacks conclusive evidence that it effectively deters crime. Alternative punishments such as life imprisonment without parole provide a more human and effective means of ensuring justice and protecting society. Upholding justice and human dignity is crucial, as demonstrated by the Philippines' history of abolishing the death sentence and its dedication to international human rights norms. To build a more secure and equitable society, the emphasis should be on bolstering the legal system, combating poverty, and enhancing social services rather than using the death penalty